sweet it is to love someone, how right it is to care. How long it's been since yesterday, what about tomorrow? And what about our dreams and all the memories we'll share?
Please allow me to introduce the talented Nancy Jennerette, the Clarion Forest VNA Hospice, Spiritual, Grief, and Bereavement Counselor, to tell you more about the event.
Well, the day is finally here, and you know, I'm a little nervous, so I hope you'll overlook that. Today we celebrate the lives of those that you so lovingly remember, and those you so proudly honor with the most fitting illustration of change that's known in all of nature, and that is the metamorphosis of the caterpillar to a butterfly. So from a woolly worm to a flying flower. It's said that since butterflies can't see their own wings, they don't know how truly beautiful they are, but everyone else can see that. Sometimes it's like that with people, too. Think of someone you know and in whom you can see the worth and beauty that they doubt. It's true, there's nothing in a caterpillar that tells you it's going to become a butterfly. Some of you will remember who George Carlin was, and his quote about butterflies goes like this: the caterpillar does all the work, but the butterfly gets all the publicity. So for certain, the butterfly is proof that we can go through a great deal of darkness and still become something beautiful. So our last two butterfly releases that the visiting nurses have done had to be held in what we might call darker times. And we met virtually. And virtual, that's an interesting concept, isn't it? It's the notion that an image or an event is as valid, meaningful, or effective as the actual occurrence itself. So by and large, we've adapted to this new way of living our lives virtually with some trepidation and a lot of tolerance for the process. We've had to make a lot of adjustments. So we muddled through that process and made virtual work for us in all ways, at home, at work, at school, at play. This year we're blessed to be back in person for the butterfly release, although this year, I must tell you, it's not without its virtual element, and I'll explain that. You see, in 2022, the butterfly growing season was affected by a devastating event that left all the butterfly farms in Pennsylvania without a source of food for the caterpillars. Well, and you know what happens. Without the caterpillars, there's no chrysalis. Without the chrysalis, there's no butterfly. So when it came time to confirm our order from our supplier out east, we were sadly informed that there were no butterflies. In fact, there were no butterflies in Pennsylvania. So I said, well, what do we do? And he said, well, look in the south. Try Florida. I know they have butterflies in Florida. We called a dozen suppliers in Florida, and yes, they had butterflies. Unfortunately, they were all sold out. So that didn't help us much. So we needed somebody to do a deeper search, and we put one of our youngsters at work to the task, and that's Holly Fuller. So she got in line and started looking for butterflies. So she sourced us out a place in Georgia called Fragrant Acres Butterfly Farms. They had monarchs, they could ship to Pennsylvania, and they have been incredibly helpful to us throughout the whole process. If any of you have been over on this end of the pavilion and noticed the big silver bags, if you hear the little fluttery sounds, those are your butterflies in there, so they're waiting to be let out. So that's the last thing I want to tell you, that this supplier in Georgia would only package them for mass release. So we have 4 boxes of butterflies that will eventually be opened and released. And my apologies for all of you who hope to have the butterfly in hand. We hope to go back to that next year, but this year that's our little virtual element for the day, is that we'll have somebody open the boxes for us. Because you'll be watching the launch, it's our hope that the mass release of butterflies will be as meaningful and symbolic to you as it would have been if you would have released them from your own hands. And for that reason, you've received instead a butterfly keychain. I hope everybody got one on the way in place of that live butterfly. So you may have a tangible reminder of the celebration that you helped create today. Henry David Thoreau said, "Happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will elude you. But if you turn your attention to other things, it will come and sit softly on your shoulder." The Clarion Forest Visiting Nurses Association is truly grateful for your participation in the 2022 Wings of Hope Butterfly release. May it be as meaningful a step on your road to recovery or your road to success. And we wish you happiness like a butterfly. Now, Billy Rumbarger is back there somewhere at the children's table. Billy, will you come and I've asked her to explain the children's craft today. So if you have kids who haven't been back there to see what's going on at the children's table, Billy will help you out.
The children's craft this year is transformative, simple, and beautiful. Let me demonstrate. I'm not going to demonstrate, but I'll demonstrate back there. We take 2 pieces of paper, a pipe cleaner, and some glitter, and with several folds and a twist, turn them into a lovely butterfly. I encourage the children and all of those who are young at heart to stop back at the table and try your hand at it.
All right, Love is Like a Butterfly, you heard that song. How many of you know Dolly Parton did that song? Do we have any Dolly Parton fans? Okay. Love is like a butterfly. It goes where it pleases, and it pleases where it goes. Butterflies are among the most symbolic creatures on earth because of how they transform through their life cycle. From small and humble caterpillars, these insects remake themselves into glorious and beautifully winged creatures. This is why butterflies are one of the most popular symbols of resilience and triumph we have. These graceful creatures are admired across all religions, cultures, traditions, as an emblem of positivity, transformation, metamorphosis, and spiritual growth. Butterflies symbolize joy and playfulness, resurrection, rebirth, immortality, triumph, endurance, the soul, and signs from our deceased loved ones. One of the most important and solemn parts of our gathering today is the reading of the names of those you hold in memory and in honor. We begin with the names of those who gave, followed by the names of those for whom the butterflies were given. And our first reader today is Kathy Schenk.
Butterflies were given by Deborah McDowell for Pauline Burns, Madeline Callan for Darrell H. Callan Jr., Robert Stallman, John Delp, Avalon Delp, Cordell, and Vivian Delp Russell. Given by Mary Kraft for Larry E. Kraft and Cindy Stubbs. Given by Sam and Mary Slaker for Mary McCauley and Cleora Ann Cookie Dodderer. Given by Doris Kerr for Robert Kerr. Given by Cheryl Klinger for Arlene Stevens and Jessica Judy Davis. Given by Ron and Joyce Alberta for Lori Alberta Morak. Given by Robert Hall for Donna Hall. Given by Gary and Starla Purinton for Blair Purinton and Doris Purinton.
Given by Bonnie Taylor for Colonel Taylor and Wanda Bizard. Given by Diane Heasley for Daniel E. Heasley, Daniel S. Heasley, and Norma Meyer. Given by Kenneth Blair and Kathy, Karen, Joe, Caleb, and Katie for Barbara Blair, Larry Blair, and Shirley Schick. Given by Carolyn McClune for Donald McClune. And given by Dale and Judith Fiscus for their grandchildren.
Given by Susan Cherico for Bruce Cherico, Linda McHenry for David W. McHenry, Dawn and Linda Schofstall for Sherry Schofstall, Ellen Schwartz for Russell Schwartz, given by Nancy Jenneret for Willis Ted Knight, Zachary Dean Mung, Stephen Charles Keister, and Marcus Thompson, given by Christine Bernstein for Jeffrey Bernstein and Kit Bernstein, Michael and Tammy Evans and Lisa Mazzara for William E. Keith, Carolyn Keith and Billy Joe Keith, Kevin and Carol Roth for Ron Roth and Sue Barron, Dan and Cindy Oakes for Betty Gilbert and Heidi Bauer, Virgil Flick for Betty Bowen and Doris Tucker, Jean Blashier for William Hefner, Martina Hefner, and Bernie Hefner, Dorothy Lindeman for Irvin Yockey, Donna and Todd Miller for Kyle Miller, Julie, Darla, Shane, Matthias, Jenna, Sarah, and Eldon Smirker for Doug Smirker, and John, Darla, and Amy Vogelbacher, and Marianne Mistrick for Vicki Mistrick, Teresa Mistrick, and Ruth Ann Weaver.
Thank you, Kate. Kate's our hospice and palliative care clinical manager. You might hear the two phones going off. Kathy and Casey are both on call this weekend, and they came to join us, which I appreciate, in addition to being on call. Given by Patty Schmader and Jackie Walney for Donna Hartle, Nancy Fike, Jessica Judy Davis, and Jerry A. Schmader. Given by Beverly Eckelbarger for Bob Eckelbarger. Given by Ken and Tammy Belitsky for Nick Trombetta. Given by the Donald Miller family for Linda Miller. Given by Diane Myers for Delane Myers. Given by Nero Agro for Richard T. Agro. Given by Mary Custer for Rick Custer. Given by Patricia McElhaney for James Carnahan, Diane Carnahan, Maria Weimer. Given by James Mays Jr. for Carol Mays. Given by Gina Mays for Carol Mays. Given by Marcy Simpson for Amanda Christine Hill, Rose Marie Swanger, Elizabeth Betty Books. Given by Chris Vincent for Ed and Sophie Vincent, Linda and Marge Vincent. Given by Jesse Bryant and Randy and Tammy Miller for James H. Bryant, Paul Black, Wyetta McHenry, Ruby Marie Salvo, Sherry Lynn Beatner, Grace Marie Shiner, and Michelle Marie Tidewell. Given by Carol Frederick and Dawn Frederick for Reese Anna McFarland, Paul Card, Margaret Card, William Roy Frederick.
Given by Darla Toten, Lauren Bates, Ryan and Brittany Cosgrove for Anthony J. Toten and Barbara Montier. Given by Patricia Bickle for Gordon E. Bickle, Monica Somerville, Timothy Hockman, and Anthony Hockman. Given by Sheldon, Chelsea, and Lizzie O'Neill for Ron and Lefa Beveridge. Brock Beveridge for Ron Beveridge and Lefa Beveridge. Jeff and Mandy O'Neill for Ron Beveridge and Lefa Beveridge. Eric and Amanda McCoy. For Ron and Lefa Beveridge, Paul and Bernice McCoy, Ralph and Doris Clover. For Darlene Heasley, given by Darlene Heasley for Doug Dalby. Given by Teresa Perucci for Loreno Perucci and Norma Zarkle. Given by Herman Dinger for Esther Dinger. Given by Regis Barrick-Sazy for Sharon Barrick-Sazy, Ann Barrick-Sazy, Arbitus Chambon, and Wanda Hill. Given by Tom and Lisa Williams for Louise Kaiser. Given by Lisa Steiner for Cheryl Scott. Given by Marcia Lenhart for Catherine Lenhart. Given by George Freeman for Joan Freeman. Given by Leona McNaughton for Richard McNaughton.
Given by Ada Morris for Russell G. Morris and M. Jean Morris. Given by Gary Heater for Linda Heater. Given by Lawrence Barger for Susan Barger. Given by Liddy Montgomery for Merton Hiles. Given by Lori McKinney for Helen Hiles. Given by Leslie Black for Rich Hiles. Given by Barb Keenan for Richard Keenan and Mark Rathbon. Given by Michael and Karen Lauer for Helen Klein and Charles Klein. Given by Patricia Wetzel for Gail Brooks. Given by Sheila Rathbon for Mark Rathbon, Brian Rathbon, Margaret Carroll, and Charles Carroll. Given by Susie Rathbon for Cheryl Scott. Given by Billy Rumbarger and Kennedy Andre for Jennifer Hilliard. Given by Jamie McKinney and Julie McKinney for Arthur Runyon. Given by Rudy and Cheryl and the Kojensic family for Casey Robert Kojensic, Bob and Nellie, or Nana and Papa Stump, Rudy and Katie Kojensic. Given by Jill Miller for Ray Gearing, Jack Gearing, Doc Phi, Earl Phi, Stuart Ed Black.
Given by Roseanne Keenan for Richard Keenan. Given by Ronald Leashock for Linda Leashock. Given by Carol Marshall for Douglas Marshall. Given by Bud and Penny Neely for Shirley Pence, Jamie Merritt, and Julia Merritt. Given by Clyde and Tim Wagner for Betty Wagner. Given by Sheila Watson for Carol Dietz and Rachel Dietz. Given by Georgia Schweitzer for Ernest Schweitzer, Jeff McLean, Paul Gebry. Given by Brian, Vanessa, Lucia, Zachary, and Andrew Snyder for Barbara Blair and Marcus Burkholder. Given by Patricia Slaughter and Bobby Sarvey for Helen Lockhart. Given by Dale Livermore for Martha Livermore. Given by Kim Smith for Shirley Draw. Given by Marcy Trombetta for Nick Trombetta. Given by Brenda Vincent for Cheryl Scott. Given by Dave and Kate Sigel for Cheryl Scott. Given by Bob and Marcia for Bub.
This is for Cheryl.
Shadows are falling and I'm running out of breath. Keep your heart for a while. If I leave you, it doesn't mean I love you any less. Keep me in your heart for a while. When you get up in the morning and you see that crazy sun, keep me in your heart for a while. Oh, there's a train leaving nightly call when all is said and done. Keep me in your heart for a while. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Your heart for a while. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Your heart for a while. Sometimes when you're doing simple things around the house, you'll think of me and smile. You know I'm tied to you like the buttons on your blouse. Keep me in your heart for a while. Hold me in your thoughts, take me to your dreams, catch me as I fall into view. And when the winter comes, just keep the fires lit, and I'll be right next to you. Engine drivers headed north to Pleasant Street. Your heart for a while. These laughter. I miss the day we met and all that followed after. Sometimes I wish I could always be with you, the way we used to do. Now and forever, I will always think of you. Now and forever, I will always be with you. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Our musicians are Barbie Milliron on the fiddle, the violin, and Sarah Mills on the keyboard. I love it when they make me sound good. Okay, well, now here's the moment of truth. The butterflies have been warming. I told you, some of you probably could hear them flutter over there. They've been warming in the boxes, and in a few minutes those boxes will be opened and the butterflies released. So eventually we will make our way out to the lawn. They may be slow to exit. I just want to give you a few words here. They might be slow to exit the boxes. They're probably going to be hungry. We've set out some food for them, so they may land on the plates. There are a couple of large, maybe a dozen or so large Q-tips. If you want to dip a Q-tip into the Gatorade and see if they'll light on your stick, you're welcome to try that too. I think they're over there somewhere. Please be careful. They will land on you if you have a bright colored shirt, most likely, but they are just waking up. So if they drop to the ground, just be very careful where you step, because that could happen. All righty.
We're going to go out there to watch.
I guess I said everything that I have written down here. Okay, so once they're out of sight, then we're going to release them, we're going to play with them, we're going to have a lot of fun with them. Seth is here with a camera, so he'll be recording some of this. I hope you'll take some pictures with your phones and just have some fun with them. But once they're out of sight, we're going to fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Let's bow for a word of prayer, please. God of wonders, you're beyond all of our imaginations, and you have given us this perfect symbol of transformation that occurs in us as we are formed in your likeness. Born into humanity, we learn, grow, we develop character, we find direction and complete our purpose, and then return to you. So we borrow your perfect symbol for this celebration today. It is the butterfly. And in honor and in memory of our dear loved ones, we will release these delicate and beautiful creatures into nature today. May their flight lift a grieving spirit, illustrate hope for our future, and inspire us all to press on to the completion of your will in our lives. It's in the gentle but strong and loving name of Jesus that we offer this prayer. Amen. Okay, those opening our butterfly boxes today are going to be Kathy Shank, Kate Sigel, Ruth Stewart, and I'm not allowed to mention Rich Barber's name. So let's move out and circle around the table, and hope you pray this goes well. Thank you.
What's the word?
We're going to lift the lid.
There, let these people go around us here.
Okay. All right, everyone, let's go for it. Go.
there's one in your skirt. Here, hold her skirt. I'll take a picture. If I can get my phone out. Quick enough. Yeah, they're all monarchs, I think. Look here, look. Wrong way.
That's Gatorade.
Look here.
That's intermittent.
Look here, Curly. Look here. You don't want it on you. Mommy, put it on me. Here, why don't you go dip your Q-tip?
Don't give him that one. I had that one. There you go. You got it, Roy.
It's at your foot. Don't
Is this in my hair?
This is like the fifth one that's come to me.
Really?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Here, Gracie. There goes that one. This must be the 11th.
Still in my hair? Go put it on the Gatorade, honey. It's got a broken wing.
Don't try to catch it.
Get him some food, maybe.
Watch behind you. Right behind you.